What's good then, YouTube? Hope you're all doing absolutely fantastic. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. And a FIFA Analyst, it's been a little while since we've last uploaded, kind of spoke to you guys. I'm going to have an update video coming tomorrow. But today, we are going to be talking FIFA 22. I've been on a holiday, which is why this video is a little bit late from when all this information did get released. But we're going to go ahead and watch the official reveal trailer. Before you get your panties in a knot, no, it isn't gameplay. Obviously, when EA always tease the new game, to start off with, it's just a teaser trailer, really, to get people excited. We're probably going to be seeing gameplay in about the next 3 to 4 weeks. But again, it will only be little snippets. So I think the first thing we'll see is the EA play, but it will be very, very minimal. All right. So just, yeah, kind of bear with for that. So first of all, we're going to go through and watch this official reveal trailer. It is only 1 minute 39 long. Then we're going to go over the new Hypermotion technology, talk to you about that, give you my opinions on that, go over that, try and explain it. But for now, let's watch this. I'll just sit here and be quiet and you can stare and watch the lovely graphics, I suppose. I've not watched this, by the way. Just trying to look. Okay. Right. There you go. You've had enough for seeing me sat there. Let's jump over into this. So, obviously, there was gameplay in it, but it's cinematic gameplay. It's not, obviously, you know, traditional gameplay. The thing that EA are really talking about and pushing about as kind of the leading feature is this Hypermotion, which is something new, bringing it into FIFA 22. The only thing that I'm hopefully going to get answered, some of you guys may already know, so pop it in the comment section below, or it will be answered over the next few weeks. Is Hypermotion the new engine, or is it just something they're adding in? Are we still playing on the Frostbite engine? What I was trying to look at there is if it says powered by Frostbite, but it says powered by Hypermotion, which makes me think we may be moving away from the Frostbite engine. If you don't know, that the Frostbite engine is what we've been playing on FIFA now since FIFA 17 or FIFA 18, I think it was, sorry. And that's what we've been on, right? And that is the Battlefield engine, you know, the game's Battlefield. That's where it comes from, which is maybe why at times we don't get the gameplay that we might want. But anyway, let's go through and talk about this and read everything that we've got to take on board here. Advanced 11v11 match capture. So how did EA get their movements of players, the ability to take the data from what a player does in real life, you know, get Raheem Sterling's, you know, body style, the way that he runs, Hazard, all that sort of stuff. You might have seen, you know, when they kind of do this, what they do is that they have the footballers, you know, they grab as many footballers as they can, and they put them in like suits, essentially. And all these suits have loads of different, you know, points on them, on the elbows, on the arms, on the shoulders, on the knees and whatnot. And they do it in a confined space, in a studio, really. So the movements may not be as realistic. They ask him to do some specific drills, and then they take that all information, put it obviously into their engine, and develop the game, you know, based from that. This is going to be different. So this is a completely different thing with Hypermotion. First of all, advanced 11v11 match capture extends suits enable motion capture from 22 professional footballers playing at high intensity for the first time. The resulting unprecedented volume of high-quality real human movement data powers how both individuals and teams move across FIFA 22. So now they're not grabbing these players, well, they probably still are, but you know, they're getting more data, they're getting more to try and represent maybe the real life game. At times on FIFA 21 and FIFA 20 and so on, we've had this issue of, unless you're controlling that specific player, players are very static. They don't move very much. And we don't know exactly the reason for that. But, this could be hopefully an influence on trying to get away from that and trying to actually encourage a real life game of, well, the ball won't be on the left hand side, but the right winger, will come across and drift into the middle to come and get involved and stuff. So hopefully that is a step in the right direction. Machine learning, a cutting edge, I don't even know how to say that word, machine learning algorithm learns from 8.7 million frames of advanced match capture, then writes new animations in real time to create organic football realism across a variety of interactions on the pitch. So this depends on how many people they go to and how many teams they can do this with and how many players they can get this with. I imagine it's just going to be the top end teams for now. What we don't want to have happening is like, I don't know, just being specific teams and stopping at specific teams, because then I suppose you're only going to get like the animations of, Hazard, Son, and all that sort of stuff. Maybe, I don't know. It depends on how far they kind of go down with this. Full team authentic motion. XN suits record every touch, tackle, sprint, and duel for all 22 players at a high intensity for the first time ever, capturing data that powers over 4,000 new animations in FIFA 22 to raise the footballing intensity, responsiveness, and physicality of every player in the game. So this to me seems fine. Again, it just depends on how they put it across other players, right? So they're going to get, let's say here you've got Liverpool and Tottenham playing, just above me. I imagine, the way Son's holding him off is specific to Son. As long as they transmit that data to other players as well and give the other players, that's fine, which I imagine they will. Tactical AI. Oh, dear. I don't know if I want to read about AI. Deeper player intelligence driven by the power of next-gen consoles, giving each individual the ability to better understand both attacking and defensive formations and movement, creating a new level of tactical realism. In attack, the ability to make up to 6 times more decisions per second gives attackers more awareness of their surroundings, allows them to make smarter runs and build-up play, and lets them react to loose balls quicker. In defense, rewritten defensive AI gives teams the ability to act as a tactical unit, retaining their shape to move across the pitch and cover vacant space. I'm going to be positive. I'm all for EA trying to do their absolute most to give players smarter runs, build-up play, reactions, and everything in attacking AI. Attacking AI hasn't been good enough the last few years. So if they're trying to give more decisions, make the players use their brains a bit more, and create a more free-flowing football match, then I'm absolutely all for that. My only concern, I suppose, is maybe I'm a little bit worried that, when you overload too much information, 6 times more decisions per second, could it just freeze them even more? I doubt not, because that seems to be where their focus is based off what we've read so far. So I really hope that they do nail this and kind of give it something. But yeah, I'm all for allowing the attacking AI to be more freedom, use their brains a little bit more and create those runs. Again, as long as it stems down across different players on FIFA. The defensive AI, again, we'll have to see, because defensive AI as a whole, the blocks is the smart thing. They don't track runs very well. If you're controlling your centre back and you're in a one-on-one, sometimes your left back may see the winger make a specific movement, and your left back just stays still. Or, we know that a centre mids, the centre defensive mids, Kante this year, doesn't even track back as a centre mid. He doesn't come back and help out defensively. You don't see what typical CDMs should be doing. So hopefully that kind of fixes that without bringing in too much help and assistance. Like, we need to try and create a balance of free-flowing attack in football, but you also as a defender having to track these runs manually, but AI still using their brain, but not to an overpowered extent. So I'm all for, these sort of changes. ML Flow. Learning from more than 8.7 million frames from an advanced 11v11 capture, the ML Flow machine learning algorithm writes new animations in real time, enabling players to better adjust their stride and running cadence and approach the ball to strike it more smoothly. I'm all for that. I mean, you can just see a little example here how maybe Mbappe stutters a little bit, to make sure that he keeps that ball close to his feet. And kind of adapts that animation. Again, it seems like stuff in the right direction to create a better game in sense of, sometimes when you turn and you expect the player to shift the ball out and then pass it, and they do these silly animations where it's like they've got one motion to turn and they don't stutter, they don't turn quicker and use like agile turning as much. If that again is kind of as I read it, and grabbing more data from real life football matches to make players a little bit more smarter with their movements and kind of their frames and their turns and their agility and everything. I'm absolutely, again, all for that. Kinetic Air Battles. Enhanced two-player interaction technology syncs player animations, creating greater realism and responsiveness as they fight to be the first to the ball. See defenders and attackers push, pull, and jostle as they rise to meet crosses, clearances, and long passes, increasing quality in headed situations, creating cleaner outcomes. I'm all for that. Like, natural, players, the kind of jostling with each other and everything. As long as it doesn't lead to stupid penalties being given. If you're not controlling a player and, your Marcelo at the back stick has a little tussle with Verratti and it gives away a penalty, I'm not too keen on that. But again, this is all dependent on how it kind of pans out on plays. Composed ball control. Longer two-touch animations, making controlling the ball more natural and fluid than ever before. Take down area balls with more technique. Get more agility when traveling ground balls and enjoy more strength in shielding situations. Absolutely for this, if it's a skill. So if you want to bring a ball down that's a difficult ball to control and you want to do it a specific way, make it, you have to do something on the stick to do it. Don't just let the AI be in control of it or doing it, or the better players in the world doing it naturally. I want it to be a user controlled input and skill to do that, and then I'm absolutely fine all for that. Player humanization. Powered by advanced 11v11 match capture, new off-the-ball player animations, and ambient behavior help bring on pitch characters to life. See opponents talk, point, and direct you to the base on the action while updated. This is very similar last year to stuff where players would go down when they're injured and stuff like that. Again, I'm not too fussed about that sort of stuff. Now, one thing that I'm saying here, obviously, this should say powered by Frostbite. So it's saying powered by football. So am I right in saying, going back to my point of is Frostbite in, and I know people have probably answered me in the comments already, am I right in saying powered by football is the engine, Hypermotion technology is the technology behind that engine? I think I'm reading that right, because it should say powered by Frostbite, if it was the Frostbite engine. So that seems like it could be gone, which if it has, it's a step in the right direction. Hello, what's this? What's this? Dial up nostalgia as some of football's most memorable players return as foot heroes. Hey? Foot heroes have unique league-specific chemistry, which is tied... Hello? So it doesn't... So this is like icons, but not as good, but to the specific leagues. Hello? This is quite cool and funky. I mean, these players don't look maybe incredible, but I'm interested. So we should know more, in the next few weeks. But that's quite cool, actually. Hey, that'll be good. Maybe like a Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure should probably be like an icon, actually. But I've not seen any of that. As I said, I've been away over the last few days, so I've not been paying attention to any of this. So yeah, I'm optimistic. I'm always excited. The one thing to take into account, by the way, which I forgot to mention, is this is only on next-gen consoles, on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Stadia. It's not available on the old gens. Sorry, I forgot to mention that at the start. Probably been a pretty good thing to mention. So if you're wanting the new FIFA, the next-gen consoles obviously is where it's going to be at. So interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I just want to... Obviously, I'm always very eager for me. It's all about how it pans out in-game, how it plays in-game. You can give all the talk and whatnot, but it is all about how it kind of plays in-game as obviously the key factor. So we'll wait and see for that. Thank you all very much for watching. Keep an eye out for the update video tomorrow. I kind of just want to go over where we're at with FIFA and kind of, me and the year that I've had and stuff. Kind of get a few things off my chest, really. But yeah, so I'll release that tomorrow for you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate your love and support as always. You enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you're up to. Stay safe, be kind to one another, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.